Good morning, dear students. So, we'll come back to the third session of the Verger. In the previous class, we have already discussed about how the Verger become finally a successful entrepreneur, how he was set up his business from one tobacconist shop to the 10 tobacconist state, and he earned so much money, and he was an emerging entrepreneur in that area. So, The Verger by Mogam is a story that challenges the conventional notion that education is the key to success. Through the character of Albert, Mogam demonstrates that the people can find success and fulfillment in life through their natural abilities, hard work, and determination. So, here the key point is that one who will get success for his natural abilities, hard work, and determination. The story highlights the value of the practical knowledge and the importance of following one's instinct. While formal education may be beneficial, it is not the only path to success. So, Albert Foreman's journey from simple church worker to a successful businessman shows that success can come in many different forms and it is not always tied to academic achievements. The story also speaks to the theme of class and how society often places value on education and the social status, but the Foreman story proves that the true success lies in one's ability to adapt and make the most of what they have. This was we have learned in the previous class. So in this class, we will detail study about the theme, the irony, and the comparison between the characters, how they play important role in the story. So the first theme, determination, confidence and effort matter more than formal education. So some peoples they will success on the formal education, but some peoples they success their confidence and effort. The confidence, effort, and neatness, that is a main thing we see that the Albert Foreman has succeeded in his life. And the life twist. So the biggest irony of this short story is that the life's twist can turn setback into success. See here, even though the verger, the foreman who has worked 16 years disciplinary, neatly, and highly praised in that church, but he was not survived in that church because of the mistake of the newly appointed vicar. He noticed his weakness point about illiteracy, so he has removed from his job. When he was removed his shop, then in his job, then he realized that he become a successful person. If he not removed from his job, he become not a successful person, or he should be not a successful businessman or entrepreneur in his life. This is the biggest irony of this short story. And we find the themes, the various themes. The first one is practical knowledge. The man who want to be success in his life, he need some kind of the practical knowledge. So without practical knowledge, he cannot survive in the society. If he may be survive in the society, but he needs some kind of the smart work, some kind of the skills to success. When we find this is very much in the character of the foreman. When he was in a church, he was very sincere to do the church work. When he was shifted to the his own business, here also we find that he was working very hard, sincerely, to achieve something in his life. So the practical knowledge is very important a person for his success in his life. And we find some moral from the story. Never underestimate anyone, because when the vicar was insulted to the this foreman for only the illiteracy, he underestimate to the verger. But finally, the illiteracy will be not a barrier for the this person, the foreman. The literacy is helpful but not everything, but everywhere the literacy will not work out, according to this moral of the short story. And see here, the quick glance of the character analysis. The foreman, he is a verger of this St. Peter Church. when we see about the foreman, he is a humble and hardworking. He always believes in hardworking and the sincerity and what he want to contribute to the church, and intelligent his own way. Even though he is illiterate, but he is intelligent in his own way, how to handle the things and how to keep the church the clean and very neat, and everyone likes his character. And other side, the newly appointed vicar, he is highly educated but rigid. Say this points clear that here poor man is humble and hardworking, and here the vicar is educated but rigid. He is highly educated but rigid about his decisions, what he has decided in his life, and lacks of practical wisdom. The vicar has faced the lack of practical wisdom, but here the foreman was very intelligent in his own way how to handle the things. So that is a difference we can find in these two characters, the foreman and the vicar. And this short story, we find that the language and the style, it is written in a very simple and clear language to understand the things. And we find some humor and irony also in this story. And narrative techniques, the narrative techniques here find that the third person narration we can find in the entire team, and it is linear focused plot. And the two symbolism used in the particular Verger story, the Verger short story, that is, one is a tobacco shop, another one is a church. See here, this is the biggest contradictory. The church, they have symbolized the tradition and limitation, because when the verger started to work in the church, he is working within the boundary of the church, and that stigma stick to the tradition, and he has some limitation in the church. He has to work particularly like this. So there's the church is symbolized as the old traditions, and it having its own limitation. When we come to the other part of the verger, when he resigned his job, and when he came upon open the new business, he set up the new business of tobacco shop. It is a new opportunity, means he come out of the tradition, he come out of the new opportunities when he was searching to set up the new business. And when he walk the long way and he find that there is a no tobacco shop nearby, so his idea came in his mind and he established the tobacco shop. And in 10 years he established the 10 shops, and he has earned the more money, and he earned the name fame in that locality. This has given the new opportunity to the foreman. So this is the two symbolism they have. When we recognize the church, it is a tradition. When we recognize tobacco shop, means it is a new opportunity, and it is a turning point in the life of the foreman. And the three words we can give here to add our vocabulary: the verger. The verger means the church caretaker. The meaning of the verger is a church caretaker, and here this role was played by Albert Foreman, who is a church caretaker for 16 years in St. Peter Church. Resign resign leave a position. Resign means one position, particularly person who is working, when he leaves that position, it is called as a resign. Here the Albert Foreman has resigned his job as a verger, and he started his own business. Illiterate, there is a two word, literate, illiterate. So illiterate means one who cannot read and write, and literate means one who read and write. Here the verger means the poorman is a illiterate. We can find in the story he is a illiterate. So these are the three words, new words we have learned here. Verger means church caretaker, resign means leave a position, illiterate means cannot read and write. When we come to the conclusion, the verger is an inspiring tale of how perseverance and common sense can lead to success. Here, it is a inspiring story how the ordinary man, one who is illiterate, whose success in his life, and finally he is a successful entrepreneur in his life. So quickly we will ask some questions. I want to know how much you have understand this lesson. So who is a verger in the story? He is Albert Foreman. Okay, thank you, dear students. In this class we will study about the various themes of the verger, and I hope you will understand. Thank you so much.